Hello everyone and welcome to lesson 4. Today we will cover two topics: choosing a site builder for your website and choosing a host as well. A reminder that project 1 is due this week, and we will talk today also a little bit about project 2. You'll have a weekly reflection and bi-weekly survey. So let's start with choosing a site builder. As you consider different options for building your website, there are a lot of different ways to construct the site. So for this assignment, we will ask you to choose 3 of those options, do a quantify and compare matrix, and then in a Word document write an essay, a minimum of 150 words, that will compare those 3 tools, and then tell us your decision. So let me walk you through some of those tools. You've got 3 basic categories. You've got a site builder, which is very meant to be very basic, very simple to use, so anybody can hop on and build a site. Number 2, you've got a content management system, which is sort of a hybrid between those two. They're meant to use templates and have preset websites, but you can have a lot more customization, and you can do a bit of coding in those content management systems. And then finally, another option, if you do have the experience, you can actually build the website from scratch. We'll start with site builders. These are typically drag and drop. Weebly, Wix, and WebStarts are probably the most common. Webs.com is also very common. Some of these others are gaining ground, but I would invite you to take a look. You can usually build a website on any of them for free. It just takes you a few minutes just to try them out. You will need to actually purchase a domain name and purchase, because of that you'll need to purchase the site builder. That's part of the cost of the class, but you can try them out for free. If I were to recommend one of these, I've had the best experience with Wix, but I've also built sites on Weebly. I've used Webs for blogs, so that I've used a lot of these. Many of them are very similar. I have had the best experience with Wix. Content management systems, I don't recommend you use these unless you've had experience with them in the past, because they can be a little confusing. And particularly, I do not recommend WordPress. I've had many students use WordPress just because that's a very popular name in the industry. But we've had a lot of trouble trying to use Google Analytics with WordPress, and a couple other requirements for the course. If you have experience with WordPress and you're comfortable with it, then by all means move ahead with it. But it is challenging, especially for students building their first website. I really don't recommend WordPress.org. And then finally, the HTML build editors, the allowing you to build a website from the ground up. I'm most familiar with Dreamweaver. That's where I've built websites in the past. If you have done this in the past and you're comfortable building from scratch, then by all means. Otherwise, I do not recommend it. It is very typically very time consuming to really build the type of website you want. So you are certainly free to do that, but I don't necessarily recommend it. So that will be the choosing a site builder assignment. We're going to jump down to choosing a host. Now, in modern day internet, a lot of times the host and the site builder are combined. Traditionally, they are separated. So keep a close eye out when you are purchasing your host or your site builder, because a lot of times those services are bundled. but it's important to analyze them separately. So for the purposes of the assignment, you will analyze them as if they were separate products, but when you actually purchase your site builder, it may come with hosting automatically. So for the written portion, you'll cover these questions, and then you'll do a quantify and compare with with 3 hosting companies. So you got some readings that can guide you through how to choose a host, as I mentioned, Wix and Weebly are both hosting companies and website builders. And so if that's the hosting company you choose to analyze, that's great. They just have additional features of being site builders as well. So that you can do your own research on Bluehost or iPage or many others that are standalone hosting companies, and many of them also offer a basic site builder as well. But really, you'll see hosting and site building as interwoven. So let's talk a little bit about Project 2. The 2 assignments you'll have this week play perfectly into Project 2, which is essentially to create and launch your website. There's a video here that's very helpful that walks you through some of the requirements, so I encourage you to view that. The project is broken down into individual tasks. That is essentially to obtain hosting in a site builder, or a product that is one and the same, and then choose a domain name. The difficult part of this is finding one that is here it says memorable and strengthens your brand. You'll find that a lot of the easy domain names you can come up with have been used. So it is certainly challenging. There are websites that help you come up with a domain name. So if you do a Google search on websites like that, that can help you find something that is available. You don't want it to be too long, but it really can be challenging to find an applicable domain name, as you can imagine, is many of them have either been taken up, or some of the more generic domain names that haven't been actively used by a website are purchased by domain name investors, and would cost a lot of money to use. So spend some time early on task number 3, because that can be a challenge, but you'll need to purchase a domain name as well. And then you'll create your business and enable third-party transactions. We'll be doing this next week, I believe, for our assignment, and that will help you a little bit to complete this final task. So your points for the project will be broken down as follows. We're really just looking at 3 things. Do you have your own independent domain name? Meaning, if I have a site called test.com, a free domain name through Weebly or Wix is going to be test.weebly.com or test.wixsites.com. An independent domain name is test.com. So you need your own domain name. If your domain name ends up with .weebly or .wixsites or .wordpress in the domain name, then you don't have an independent domain name. So that's what that means. You'll need your own domain name. You need most of the structure of your site. It does not have to be polished. I'm not looking for a polished professional site. I am looking for the basic structure, and then you will need an integration with a third party. So that means PayPal. That means Stripe, I think, is another one. If you are doing a blog and you're going to sell advertising space, you need to have Google AdSense on there or another product. So integration with third party to enable transactions means you have a website ready to generate some form of revenue. And then the website does need to be launched. It needs to be its own URL. Now, I have a lot of students who express concern at this point that they are already launching a website and they're not ready. Just remember that a physical store, in a physical store, you're going to have a grand opening and you're going to prep and you're going to tell everybody in the town about it. An online site is different because until you start advertising for long periods of time and making sure your site is optimized to be found on Google, you won't be able to pull a lot of people or any people realistically to your website. So you can be live and online and people will not come yet to your website. If they do, it will be a brief interaction and you're likely to be able to pull people back again once you're ready through advertising and through optimizing your website for search engines. All of which we will cover in the latter half of the semester. So after that, it's again your weekly reflection and bi-weekly survey. Please do reach out if there are any questions about launching your website. Happy to go through some ideas or fine-tuning questions about choosing a host and a site builder.